Hello guys, are you ready to learn English? Do you want that I want to become superior in English? You are at the right place. You don't need to go another videos, another channels because it is absolutely right way for you because I am teaching here from starting. In previous video, we have completed what are tenses, you know what are the types, what we have to need to learning tenses. It is how it work in our learning English journey. We have already talked about in our previous videos. If you want to watch that, you can go previous video. Okay, but in this video we will talk about just present simple tense, because simple tense means everything is simple. You don't need to make anything complicated. Just we have to follow each and everything in simple ways. As we will grow simple, one day it will become, we will become comfortable to talk each and everything, with anyone. So don't need to hesitation. Don't need to consider about more things. Just you have to focus only simple things. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. And one more thing I would like to say, if we have 12 tenses in all English grammar, 12 tenses. But let me tell you very interesting thing, if you learn only one tense, only one thing, even it is a simple, even anywhere tense, with full consciously, you learn one thing, because we all 12 tenses have similarly equal rules. A little of bit changes, we will talk in further videos about that, don't worry about that. But what I wanted to say you, focus here. Like there is a present tense, let's talk about present tense, present simple tense. Present simple tense has some parts like affirmative, negative, interrogative, interrogative negative, double interrogative and double interrogative negative. All these are part of sentences. It means all these segments will help us to make sentence. Okay, we will discuss about each parts separately in videos. But before moving forward, we will discuss about structure. Now let's move on and talk about affirmative sentences. For any sentences, we require structure. So affirmative sentences have structure also. Subject plus verb, first form, and together we need s or es. You all know that to make any sentence we required helping verbs. But let me clear you, in affirmative sentences we never use helping verbs, but we have to use as or es. For making sentences, let me clear you where we have to use as or where we have to use es. If sentences start from singular noun, singular subject, at only that condition you have to use as or es. If sentence start from plural sentence, plural subject, you don't need to use as or es. Without as or es, that sentence will be correct. Like, let me tell you, you sleep. Now you don't need as or es because your starting subject is plural. Okay, but if I add here he, okay, Mohan, because these are singular, then we required as or es. But again confusion, where we can use s or where we can use es. Exactly. Let me tell you, you have to use as always when your last word of your verb is consonant. You know consonant, you know we have A to Z alphabets, 26 total. Okay, in 26 we have 5 consonant like A, E, I, O and U. If you see any vowels at the last, you have to use es, but if you see any word there non any vowels, you have to use always as. Okay, similarly here, let me give you any example of vowels, that is consonant example. Now let me give you vowel example, like Mohan, go. Go is last, in the last is O. O is this word of vowels, so you have to compulsory use es. Okay, now I want to make complicated your journey. How? Let's see. Sita, first you have to focus here. Sita is singular and s or es is compulsory, it will come. Okay, but Sita fly, what will you say? What I have to use? S or es? You will say you have to use s because there is no consonant. But let me clear you, why works as a common man. Why? If you see why, you cannot consider easily what we have to use. But let me tell you, if you see why, any sentences before why you see any consonant, always you have to use es. Again let me tell you, if you see why any at the last of verb, you have to, or before why you have consonant, you always will use es, but you have to remove y and add I at the same place. Clear? Not you want more example? Okay, let me give you. Sita study. Again here, y at the last of your verb, before y you have consonant, you have to use es, but remove y and I place. Clear? But one another rule says, if you have y at the last of your verb, but before y you have any vowels, you have to use s, like Sita play. You have y at the last of your verb, but before y you have vowel a, e, I, o, u, then you have to use s any point of the time. I think, is it clear? We will talk about negative. I have already told you s or es only will be used in affirmative sentences, and rest of negative, interrogative, double interrogatives, we always will use helping verbs. Any sentences use helping verbs, only s or es will use affirmative sentences, then we have to remove here. We have to remove here. But what will happen in negatives? In negative sentence, you have to use always helping verb after subject. Helping verb is do or does plus not plus verb. But the confusion is there, where we have to use do and where does. Again confusion. Let me tell you, anywhere if your subject start singular, always you will use does. Subject is singular. But if your subject starts from plural, you will always use do. Okay. Ram. First of all, subject Ram. Then we have to use helping verb. Helping verb, Ram is singular. So without any hesitation, you have to use does. Ram does. Then not. Then verb. Ram does not play. Concept is clear? You don't need to S or yes, okay? S or yes will use only affirmative sentence, but we are not talking about it, okay? We are talking about negatives. Negative means not. So we have to focus always subject. If subject you have singular, you have to use does. If it is plural, you have to use does, do. Similarly, if I use there you, then it will convert in do. You do not play. Understand? Okay. Now let's move on. Interrogative, and you also known as question mark. We will have to use always question mark. Okay. So what it means here? The scene is there. First, helping verb will take first place in any sentences, like do, does plus subject plus verb. Let's see with the example. Let's use do. Then you should be clear in your mind. Then subject will be plural. Do you play? Okay? You all know that if we have helping verb do, we always will use plural noun. If I'll use here does, I cannot use you because it will correct. It will incorrect. I can use here he. Does he play? Understand? Okay. Now let's move on. Next part. We have completed present simple, affirmative, negative, and interrogative also. Now let's talk about interrogative plus negative. What is that? Nothing. Everything will be as it is, but after subject we have to use not, then what? Everything will be as it is. Like I will use do. Do is a sign of, do is a sign of plural. Then you is plural. Then I have to use always not. Then verb play. Is it clear? If I use here does, then I can use here he. Okay. Does Ram. Is it clear? I think your concept is clear. Now let's talk about double interrogative or interrogative. Double interrogative, WH word will take first place. But what are WH? WH word are lots of, like we have all these WH family. If you see at the first of sentence, you can consider it is double interrogative. But what is the difference between double interrogative or interrogative? Let me clear you. If you have only interrogative sentences, means that will start from helping verb. their answer will be only one word, means yes or no. Let's talk about does he the play. What my answer would be? My answer is yes or no. But if we use double interrogative, means WH family at the first of any sentence, we cannot give answer only one word. We can use a story. Like I will ask you, what is your qualification? Where do you live? You cannot give answer yes or no. Just I ask you, where do you live? You can say yes or no. No, you will say I live Maharashtra, I live Mumbai, I live Delhi, I live Pune. Your answer will be like that, right? So that is simple difference. Let's talk one or more examples with the help of double interrogative. What we have to, if a sentence is double interrogative negative, so what we have to use? WH plus as it is. Okay. Let's take one example. Why WH, then do. If you see do, then it clear. The subject will be plural. Exactly clear. Why do you? If we talk about double interrogative negative, why do you not play? Maybe you have any reasons. Why do you not play? You can say I don't play because I have pain, I have fever. No, I don't feel like that. You can say you can give any reasons. If we talk about only double interrogative, how we can use where does he, does sign singular subject. Okay, where does he live? Where does he live? Maybe he lives in Nepal, he lives in America, he lives in Mumbai, he lives in Delhi, he lives in Pune, anywhere. Where does he live? At the last we required question mark. Okay, your concept is clear. I think we try to learn each and everything in this video. If you learn, I think you get more information from my videos. Just you have to need focus. What I'm going to try to teach you. Just you have to focus things. Just you have to focus where we have to use. After that, you will think I am able to convert anything with the help of your subject. Mostly you have to focus only subject and helping verb. That will be more helpful for your learning English life. So at the last we are going to complete it. That's all these things what I wanted to teach you. So in the last, thank you, wish you all, I love you all.